Angels Transform 15. It's my privilege to have a talk with Rajesh here on this platform. I think I started working for TRB Group about 7-8 years back, and I have never seen a more committed person to his business. We used to travel from Chandigarh, and I like Raja Dhaba, so I have my breakfast early in the morning and I reach TRB very soon. The office is not yet open. So I take my time to see the conference room and all. But there has never been a time that I could beat Rajesh ji. He is always there. First thing in the morning, I think he is the first employee in the office who is there. So commendable job of raising such an amazing team and being so committed. It's been 6 decades, I think, sir, that you have been into this business.
Yeah, almost now.
6 decades.
Hello, everyone. It's an honor for me to be here at this platform. And let's go on.
Sure, sir. So let's start from the scratch. We all see today the startups, when they start, the first thing is they are looking for funding. And the first time I had a conversation about funding, Rajesh was very surprised. He said, I raised this empire. We are 1200 CR plus, and we have never taken any funding. So they have, this is a bootstrap business. So I would like to know that in this era when every startup is asking for funding, and you have seen both the sides, your business has been bootstrap. How was your journey, and given a chance, would you like to go for funding, or you would have it as it is now?
Friends, traditional businesses like our, generally, there was no funding, no startups. It was own self money generated out of your own cash accruals. Gradually, the margins were high those days, and you, in a short span, maybe 1-2 years, you used to build up your own cash. You used to build up your own fundings. So there wasn't much required from the banks and all. And then gradually things started changing. But maybe for those traditional businesses, their cash accruals were so much, they kept on building new avenues, they kept on building new businesses on the basis of their own cash accruals. Whenever something was required, they took it from the bank, and gradually they returned it in the next few years. That's all.
Were you ever tempted to have funding, or given a chance, would you go for funding?
Ma'am, we were so busy in our own business, we didn't have any eye for all these things. But now, since we are going in for all big expansions, so we are looking for those type of funds, like big, from the big fund houses, IPOs, like that.
Sure. So as you mentioned, big leap. You have moved to Africa for your business. Most of the companies we see are moving towards Western countries, and you chose Africa. So what was the point of starting and venturing to this part of the continent?
It's my view. God was very kind. Everywhere, everyone was afraid of Africa. We were already present there because of some of our items manufactured by us. And we found those markets very comfortable. We found a lot of opportunities there. Natural resources were abundant, and that took us more forward there.
Sure. So while I was taking a team building session at TRB's conference room, I saw there were a lot of products. You named the product and it was lying there. A lot of containers. So I asked them, why are you procuring them? For goodies or what is it? They were the products of TRB. So I only knew about the bicycles back then. From bicycles to EVs to steel, how do you select which business to enter into, and why? What is the logic behind deciding this line of business?
as I said before, there was a lot of opportunities there. Whatever was asked by us, we used to procure, and there was a margin in it. And that was the reason we added so many items in our trading, not manufacturing. Then my son joined my business, and he told me, Papa, ye to nahi karna humne. I want more focused business. I don't want this all. We do everything under the sun. So we started focusing on few things, and then we gradually got into EPC. We started building up bigger, say 100 crores, 200 crores, 300 crores to up to 500 crores. We started doing EPC businesses there, EPC projects there. Gradually we started our own projects. That's the story so far.
And ventured into mining as well.
Yeah, that was off late in the last few years. My son, both the sons, they wanted to get into these business. We were already aligned with the mining industry because of our supply of chemicals and other things. So from there we learned the mining business, and we ventured into those businesses.
So is there a common thread which is binding all these businesses, or they are all standalone, separate ventures?
No, so far they're all standalone, managed by different business directors, business heads, and overall by my sons. But I will say one thing, we are restructuring ourselves, we are consolidating ourselves.
Sure. So you're both an investor as well as a startup. How are you managing both the hats, and how does the role change, and how are the journeys different?
First of all, we learned a lot from the startups. We invest a lot in the startups. These startups teach us what to do, how to do. Trust me, believe me, we learned a lot from them. And then as our own startups, but they are all very big sizes startups. So we are already in lines with these Singapore fund managers, Manhattan fund managers. We are in a very different league.
Sure. So are you ever tempted to run them in your own traditional way, or you don't get interested in the way it is ran, the business?
Now I don't interfere.
You don't?
Because I feel my sons they're better, they're more able to perform better than me. I would always prefer to be a traditional businessman, which is not possible today.
Okay. So can you give us a brief about the journey when you started the business, and now the industry, the market, how it is, how businesses run? It has changed a lot. So what was it back then, the challenges, how you overcome them, and then now?
If we talk about challenges, everyone who has started from scratch must be knowing it. But then I feel myself God was very kind. Secondly, the best point what we did was my father taught me, if you have a very good combination of team, you are likely to win. We created our own army. We call it army, my family, my team, whatever you call it. My army, I call it always my army. My army was a mix of very few intellectuals, then little less, then little less. I never kept always all the, you can say, top intellectual people only. A mixture always leads to a good fusion among themselves. They listen to each other, they don't fight with each other. I would say, I would even today I'll say the recruitment is the most important part of any business. If your recruitment is wrong, you are not going to win. If your recruitment is correct, you are going to win. Recruitment of some loyal people, some intellectuals, it's a lot of mixture. And if your army is good, you will win like any other. So far, there are Venus Mughals, then there are Raja and Maharaja. We read the stories of the old rulers. It's all because of your army. That's what I believe.
That's music to my ears, because being in HR since 2 decades, I am very passionate about hiring, nurturing talent. I've visited like a lot of universities, colleges within India, and identifying right talent, nurturing them. I see that has also been a very important part of TRB, because you've invested hugely on trainings. Other HRs do not listen. It's about, it's my business, okay? So you are very passionate about hiring good people and then investing in their trainings and all. And how do you decide that, you know, this leadership is ready for training, or I'm going to invest in this team? What is the parameter when you decide?
Ma'am, whenever anybody who is leading the team, he comes to know the weaknesses of his people. We diagnose those weaknesses, and then we diagnose the trainings. And for those trainings, some are in-house trainings and some are we outsourced from outside. Maybe Chandigarh, maybe Bombay, maybe Delhi. We try to source the best of the consultants who can train our people for those and remove those weaknesses in our army.
Okay, so given the investor audience here, would TRB ever consider external investments or for your new businesses that you are planning? Investors?
Always investor, maybe for a lakh of rupees, maybe for a crore of rupees, maybe for $1 billion is always welcome. We should always think even 1 rupee coming as an investment can bring billions of dollars, because that 1 rupee is very lucky. That brings you fortunes. That 1 rupee can bring you $1 billion tomorrow.
Absolutely. So given that we have a lot of startups as well in the room, what would be your advice to the startups, bootstrap or funding?
My one advice to all startups, मैंने अपने बच्चों को भी यही कहा, दोनों को, सोचो इनका पैसा जो आया है, इनको माथे पे लगाओ पैसे को और इनको बढ़ा के दो. दुनिया आपकी है. धीरू भाई मानी ने क्या किया? उसके पास जो पैसा आया उसको उसने मल्टीप्लाई करके उनको मोड़ दिया. और पैसा आया उसको मल्टीप्लाई किया. उसने और पैसा आया. Till today he is totally debt free. He has tons and tons of money. He just multiplying them and giving it back to the public. Giving it back to his investors.
True. I think
so. One should be very sincere. ठीक है भगवान के हाथ में है सब कुछ, बट फिर भी बहुत सिंसियर फीलिंग होनी चाहिए अंदर, यार मैंने ये जो पैसा आया ना इसको बढ़ा के डबल ट्रिपल करके देना है.
True. When I'm mentoring these startups, I always see that they are in an eagerness to raise money. Funding is the most important criteria for them. What do you suggest to them? When is the right time to think about funding?
I didn't understand your question, but I'll say one thing.
मैं फिर बोलती हूँ सर. जैसे ही स्टार्टअप हम लोग शुरू करते हैं तो सबसे पहले वी आर आई सी दैट दे आर वेरी ईगर फॉर फंडिंग कि फटाफट से इन्वेस्टमेंट इकट्ठी करो. तो कब सही समय है? व्हेन इज द राइट टाइम फॉर फंडिंग?
आई फील as and when you need money, you should raise it, keeping into view a little more मतलब vision, जैसे 6 महीने साल की. Over and excess money, I don't think so will be beneficial to you. Secondly, when the things are ripe, you are ready, you have made up everything, you have prepared your background, everything. When the things are, we said startup, when really it is ready to start, let's raise the funds, whatever is actually required. कीपिंग इनटू अ लिटिल मोर विजन फॉर अ ईयर, उस मतलब अननेसेसरी फंड्स को इकट्ठा करके एंड उनको डिवर्ट करके, क्योंकि वी सी मैनी स्टार्टअप डिवर्टिंग द फंड्स, यूजिंग इट फॉर योर सेल्फ यूज, दैट्स बैड. एक इन्वेस्टर ने अपना हार्ड एंड मनी आपको दिया है, लेट्स मल्टीप्लाई एंड गिव हिम बैक. आई फील सो.
Very wise, yeah. So, what keeps you personally motivated since after 6 decades of the family business? What keeps you personally motivated?
Ma'am, I can say one thing, I just love to work. The success, I'm very mad after success. If I don't get success, I don't know. I keep on pushing till I get success. Even as the younger generation also, all sitting here, success के लिए कोई compromise नहीं. We have to work and get success. Ambitious होना पड़ेगा. Success को छीन लेना, लोगों से छीन लो. मैं यही अपने लोगों को कहता है, छीन लो अपनी success लोगों से. We have to do it.
That reminds me of a very small, share a story. There was one disciple who asks Buddha that what is success? How can I be successful? He was a little lazy, so Buddha asked him to meet him at 4 o'clock in the morning. The guy is very eager for success. He goes and meet Buddha, and Buddha asks him to go in the river, walk with him. And then when he was in the river, he would उनका जो सिर है, he just immersed it in water, and the guy could not breathe. So he was struggling to come out of the water when Buddha finally released him, and he says, when you were under the sea, under the water, what was that one thing that you wanted desperately? He said, breath. So that was the mantra. Buddha said that, when you want success as much as you needed this oxygen, this breath, that is when you will be successful. That is what success is. So, sir, my last question for you is, what is your success mantra for all the startups here and your peers, investors sitting here in the room?
First of all, you are me. Maybe of 2 people, maybe 4 people, 10, 20, 200, 400, 2000. That has to be very, very yours. And you have to make them your own. अपनी आर्मी को अपना बनाना सीखना पड़ेगा. Blindly faith in you, blindly, मतलब passionately working for the startup. Secondly, very sincere to your investor. जब पैसा आ जाए, almost 60, 70, 80% startup मुंह फेर जाते हैं. They try to cheat the investors, and there is where they lose everything. अरे भाई धीरू भाई माने के पास क्या था? He was sincere to his investors, nothing else. आप भी बन सकते हो. आप में से कल 5 साल बाद 10 साल हम देखते हैं कुछ लोग कहाँ के कहाँ पहुँच गए. But one has to be very, very sincere to the investor. Sincere में, sincerity में अपने आप ही वो growth, ध्यान सब कुछ आ जाता है जी. अपने आप बिजनेस सही चलता है जब अपना ध्यान होता है ना, मैंने इन्वेस्टर को लुटाना पैसा, सब कुछ सही चलता है तब. That's all, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I would we can take 1 or 2 questions, right? So anybody who wants to ask any question to Mr. Rajesh Aggarwal. सर आप तो पूछ ही लीजिए, आपकी एनर्जी वहीं से एकदम वाइब्रेशन आ रही है, ऐसे ही पूछ लीजिए.
So what are the 3 learnings of your life? Forget about
3 learnings of your life.
My 3 learnings of my life. First of all, very sincere and very honest to my work. अपने supplier, customer और बिजनेस एसोसिएट्स के साथ किसी को चीट नहीं करना, किसी को कुछ नहीं, कोई झूठ नहीं बोलना, कुछ नहीं, साफ चलो. पीपल विल बी व्हाट आई से टू माय पीपल. अगर आप साफ चलोगे, लोग आपके आपके आगे पीछे डांस करेंगे, नाचेंगे. दैट इज ऑलवेज से आई से टू माय टीम. अगर आई हैव अ टीम ऑफ अराउंड 300 to 400 people, as staff working for me, मैं उनको एक ही बात कहता हूँ, साफ चलो, सही चलो. 19-20 मेरा नुकसान कर देना और किसी सप्लायर कस्टमर का नुकसान नहीं करना. दुनिया नाचेगी हमारे लिए और वही हो रहा है. People want sincere people. People want सही बिजनेसमैन उनको चाहिए. उन्होंने माल खरीदना है, बेचना है, तो आप ही लोग ही हैं, और कौन है?
Great. Yes, the lady. Do you want mic?
My name is Major Rubina. I have started a company. It's not a startup, nothing new, but it's a safety, security, and certification that I tell about later if somebody asks. So my question is, initially you start up as a business, as a you start as a sole proprietor, right? So that's the time that you need much funding. And what answers do you, and I am from the army background, so I am not going anywhere. I have that integrity and resolute in me. So when you go and meet an investor, sole proprietorship में तो नहीं देंगे. कल को आपको कुछ हो गया तो first question. Now I have made it private limited. Now every investor wants, as on date, it's 7 months old company. We have 374 people pan India deployed.
Very good.
फिर भी
Very good.
फिर भी उनको 1 साल का P&L चाहिए, balance sheet चाहिए, all of those things. I need money now. 1 साल बाद तो मेरे पास भी आप जैसे बोल रहे लोग नाचते हुए आएंगे. I need money now. So how do I do it? I cannot register in DPIT. मेरी 1 साल की balance sheet नहीं है. So and I'm not saying go by my face value, but the background that I come from, the services that I'm giving you, that is where I'm stuck. I have business. I have like hot pipeline, but I don't have that cash because in my industry, it's a security services industry. I need that 3 months of cash flow invoicing wala. So how do I get that?
I understand your problem. That's a problem with many people. Anybody, there are many sincere people sitting here and all over India and all over the world who are in your same shoes. But you have to pass this time, and somewhere you have to convince the investor to invest in your startup. I understand you don't have any balance sheet. वो तो 1 साल के बाद ही बनेगी ना, और maybe rest depends on the results. It is a difficult period. ये जो पहला साल होता है, it is a difficult period. It's only your convincing power. How much you can convince. Just last week, some startup was with me. The way he put up the startup, within 15 minutes, within 5 minutes, I was ready to invest.
Sir, I'm meeting you after. Before drinks and dinner.
Okay, I have an answer.
Yeah, please.
3 C days, 3 F. Friends, family, and fools.
Sir, my father is a very rich man.
Okay.
If I take from him, he's like, ये तो मेरा है, ऐसे कर लो. मुझे उनसे कैसा है? I'd rather give
So due to paucity of time, I'll stay over here. So
Yes.
excuse me. Yeah. So for paucity of time, we'll stay over here, and maybe all the solutions are there. You just have to go to the right market. If you want to buy clothes, you have to go to a clothes market, not a jewelry shop.
And ma'am,
so
I
people
would,
are there. So
yeah.
simple as that. You just need to find the right
I would like
people.
to add here, if your father is asking you 10 questions, the investor is going to ask you 100. And you can actually go for funding when you are not left with even a single penny in your bank and in your lockers. That is the time when you actually go for funding. Use your own money, because then you are the king. The moment you have taken funding, equity, you are losing on your business. So I am big on bootstrapping till the time I really don't have a strap in my boot. That's what I believe. So thank you so much, everyone. As Sahil ji said, we would wrap it up here, and Rajesh Aggarwal ji is here with you. So you can ask your questions, and he is a good investor. I'm telling you, you can actually, startups, look for him everywhere. Thank you.